it's Cassie and welcome back to my channel. So if you can see it in the background, it's the best time of the month. It's time for my TBR. My ring light just like crapped out when I was doing that intro, but I had another one on standby, so I just had to build it, but it's way bigger. I'm super excited about my July TBR. I have so many books that I want to read, so I'm like really interested to see what actually gets put on my TBR. If you like this video, make sure to subscribe and give it a big thumbs up because both of those mean the absolute world to me. And let's get into the TBR. If you don't know, every month I play this TBR game where I roll a die and the number that I get for the first one goes across, and then I roll another die and it goes down, and then we pick whatever prompt is they connect at. I have been meaning to add a new rule for a while, but I hadn't been reading, so I just thought I wouldn't add this rule, but I'm gonna add it this month. Hopefully it doesn't bite me in the butt, but we'll find out. So the new rule, nothing groundbreaking. Everyone kind of does this when they have dice in their game, but whenever I get a double, I'm going to add another book, but I am going to limit it to like 3 because I'm just gonna be honest, like I'm never gonna be reading. Well, I shouldn't say never. Not in the next like 4 months am I ever gonna be reading 8 books in a month. Just not my life right now. Right now I'm gonna limit to 3. Who knows, in the future I might let it be on every roll. But I am going on vacation this month, well in July, for about a week, so I'm hoping to get a good chunk of reading done then. So last month I did 4 rolls, but I'm gonna go back to 5 rolls this month, and hopefully that double rule doesn't ruin it. Roll number 1 for book number 1. This is my setup for this month. We'll see if it works. But we got a 2. So 2 across and 3 down. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Color generator. Now let's pick a prompt to replace that. Audiobook. The prompt I got was color generator, so I'm just going to look a color generator up on here. It started on concrete gray. I don't know if I should do it like 3 times like some people do it, or just like 1. Generate. I'm gonna already tell you I don't have a book that color, so we're gonna do it 2 more times, just then we did it 3 times. 2, 3. Tomato red. Oh, actually I do have red books. I was like, tomato red. It's probably not gonna be like the shade, but it'll be red. Tomato red actually works perfectly for one of my most anticipated reads. Most like, I want this book on my July TBR. Don't know why I'm doing this. And that is The Counselors by Jessica Goodman. It's not the same shade of red, but it's got mainly red on the cover with this swimsuit. So if you did not watch it, I got this in my Come Book Shopping With Me vlog that was posted, might be my last video by the time this video comes out. I got this because it's one of my most anticipated reads for the year. This one is a YA mystery. I don't know if it's a thriller. This one is about this summer camp called Camp Alpine Lake, and it's kind of like this bougie summer camp that everyone wants to go to, but it's really expensive. And in this town that it's set, none of the locals really get to go because, again, it's a bougie, expensive place. But our main character gets to, what's her name? Goldie. It sounds like she went to the camp and now she's back as a counselor. She's there with her best friends from the camp, Ava and Imogen. Has a terrible dark secret she's been keeping, and she is more in need of their comfort than ever. But Goldie's not the only person at camp who has been lying. When a teen turns up dead in the lake late one night, she knows that the death couldn't have been an accident. If you know me, I love a YA mystery, so I'm really excited for this. It's not super long, and I just saw that it looks like it's maybe dual timeline, so I'm really, really excited for this one. So even though it's not really the same shade of red, I don't think I have anything that's tomato red. So that's the first book for July. I'm so excited. Book number 2, roll number 1. We got a 4. Book number 2, roll number 2. Got a 1. 4 across, 1 down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 down. Even number of pages. Let's replace that with... None of the books that I wanted to read had an even amount of pages. This one I wanted to read, but it was kind of like lower on the totem pole. But it is Layla by Colleen Hoover. This is my friend's copy, so I wanted to get it on my TBR because I want to give it back to her, but I wasn't in like the biggest hurry. It's technically $2.90 with the epilogue, which I'm gonna count because without that it's odd. I couldn't think of what it was called. It's odd without that, but it counts. So this one I don't really super know a lot about. When Leeds meets Layla, he's convinced he'll spend the rest of his life with her until an unexpected attack leaves Layla fighting for her life. After weeks in the hospital, Layla recovers physically, but the emotional and mental scarring has altered the woman Leeds fell in love with. In order to put their relationship back on track, Leeds whisks Layla away to the bed and breakfast where they first met. Once they arrive, Layla's behavior takes a bizarre turn, and that's just one of many inexplicable, is that the word? Occurrences. And then it sounds like he meets this other girl at the B&B. I think this is a little spooky. Don't know for sure, but I know this isn't people's favorite Colleen Hoover, so that's why I borrowed it from my friend, because I'm not really sure how I'm gonna feel about it, and she really liked it, and I know some people really like it, but some people are really disappointed by it. So I'm going to read this for even number of pages. I don't know why that's so hard in my head to compute. Cross will go to 4 again, and down will be 5. I thought we had a double for a second. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Prompt I got was a failed TBR book. I actually thought this one was going to be harder. Not hard, but I thought I was going to have to go look through all my TBR videos, which I started doing, and then I remembered this book that I want to read this month was on a recent TBR, and that is Daisy Jones and the Six by Taylor Jenkins Reid. So I put this on my May TBR, I believe. And I didn't get to it, but I'm planning on reading this month with my mom. We are going on vacation, like I mentioned, and we drive there, and it's quite a decent drive. We both want to read this, so we're going to listen to the audiobook while we're driving. So I'm really excited for that. I'm going to probably read along with the book as well, but I'm really, really excited. So this one's about Daisy Jones and the Six. There was Daisy Jones and there was the Six, and their producer, I was right, realizes that like them together would make like this huge sensation. So we're kind of doing an interview based thing of them after a lot of success, I believe. So I'm really excited. This is people's like favorite book ever, like lots of people's. So I have kind of high expectations, but I'm trying not to have high expectations because I don't want to ruin the book for myself. But I'm really excited about it actually. So that is what I'm picking for failed TBR. Book number 4. Across we got a 4. Keep getting 4s, and down we got a 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. Goodreads scroll. Replacement prompt will do second chance author. Oops, I guess I didn't replace that one. I just realized. So for that other one, 5-star prediction. So I got a Goodreads scroll, but I don't think I've gotten this since I've started this game, but I could be wrong. I'm a little scared because I think I know what's going to be on here and I don't know if I'm in the mood for it, but that's fine. I'm just going to do it on here because I film on my phone, so this has to be something that I own because I don't want to buy any books or anything, and obviously haven't read. I'm not going to reread anything, so I don't really know how to do this, but there's Legends and Lattes, My Killer Vacation, Legends and Lattes, Mad Ship, One of Us is Lying. I've already read that, but I loved that book. Keep It in the Family by John Mars. I don't own that, but I really like the one by John Mars. Don't Let Me Fall, The Way of Kings. The Night Swim. I'm gonna give myself 2 options just because I'm a cheater. But The Night Swim by Megan Golden. I have looked forward to reading this. I do want to read this with the audiobook as well because it has a podcast element. I'm just gonna give myself another option just because, again, I'm a cheater. Atlas 6, Bone. That's, by the way, was Kristen, I believe. Brooke Brary, I'm sorry. Shout out to you. That's who I got it from. So, The Crown of Gilded Bones, We Hunt the Flame, Before I Go to Sleep, Ghosts, House Across the Lake, Series of Unfortunate Events, Throne of Glass, Don't Have, Silver in the Wood, Someone read The Summer I Turned Pretty by Jenny Han, and I would like to put the last book on my TBR, but I feel like that's low-key cheating because she didn't read the last book. She read the first one. This is the one that I thought was going to come up, but it took forever to come up. I Kissed Shara Wheeler, which I bought in that Come Book Shopping vlog as well, and I don't feel like reading it. I'm really excited about it. I'm just like not super in the mood for it, but I've heard it's really good, so maybe I should. Go with The Night Swim by Megan Golden. So this is about a podcast. Ever since her true crime podcast became an overnight sensation and set an innocent man free, Rachel has become a household name and the last hope for people seeking justice. She's used to being recognized for her voice, not her face, which makes it all the more unsettling when she finds a note on her car windshield addressed to her begging for help. The new season of Rachel's podcast has brought her to a small town being torn apart by a devastating rape trial. A local golden boy, a swimmer destined for Olympic greatness, has been accused of raping the beloved granddaughter of the police chief. Under pressure to make season 3 a success, Rachel throws herself into her investigation, but the mysterious letters keep coming. Someone is following her and she won't stop until Rachel finds out what happened to her sister 25 years ago. Officially, Jenny Stiles tragically drowned, but the letters insist she was murdered. When Rachel starts asking questions, nobody in town wants to answer. The past and the present start to collide as Rachel uncovers startling connections between the 2 cases and a revelation that will change the course of the trial and the lives of everyone involved. So, sounds super good. I'm gonna read it I think I'm gonna read it with the audiobook. I've heard that's better. I like doing that with some books and some books I don't, so hopefully I like it for this one. I wasn't planning on reading this book really anytime soon, but I'm actually quite excited now that I have it here. As long as I don't get a double here, this will be the last roll. So the first roll for our last book is a 2, and the second roll for our last book is a 5. So 2 across, 5 down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Low expectations. Replace that one with booktube favorite / classic. For the last prompt, I got low expectations, and honestly, this was really, really hard. I did this last month, and I'm gonna let myself do this again. I'm gonna put 2 books and like pick one, because I really don't know what to pick for this one. This one was like the hardest one for me to find, because the ones that I have the lowest expectations, I'm in a little bit still of a slump. I don't know if you've paid attention to my reading in the last few months, hasn't been the greatest, so I don't really want to read something that I'm like Like Midnight Sun, for example. I have really, really low expectations for that, but I'm not reading that. I'm not reading that right now. One's kind of pushing it, but the other one, okay, we'll go with the one that I picked first. And that's Every Vow You Break by Peter Swanson. So, I like Peter Swanson's writing. I should say I've only technically read one. I'm currently reading another one. But I've heard not the greatest things about this one and his newest one, 9 Lives. I have a lot of his books, so I would just like to like actually read them. Yeah, I've heard this one's not that great, but I do want to read it. So Abigail, she never thought she would fall in love with a millionaire. Then she met Bruce Lamb. So the night before they were getting married, she had a drunken one-night stand with this guy who wouldn't give her his real name. Their honeymoon on a luxurious, secluded island in Maine will be the beginning of their blissful lives together. Then the mysterious stranger suddenly appears, and her future life and happiness are turned upside down. He insists that their passionate night was the beginning of something much more, and he tracked her down to prove it. Does she tell Bruce and ruin their idyllic honeymoon and possibly their marriage, or should she handle the psychopathic stalker on her own? To make the situation worse, strange things begin to happen. She sees a terrified woman in the shadows one night, and no one at the resort seems to believe anything is amiss, including her perfect new husband. So there's that, or this one's kind of stretching it. Everyone's gonna know. It Happened One Summer by Tessa Bailey. I don't have low expectations for this, but I have like, I'm scared expectations for this. Everyone loves this book, but not everyone loves this book, so I think I don't know where I'm gonna land on it. And I have a really hard time with romances lately, that it's just like, sometimes I really love them, and then other times I'm just like, they take me a long time to get into. So I have like low expectations for like the first half. I don't know, it's kind of stretching it, but like I kind of just have low expectations for romance in general, even though I like it. It really just doesn't grip me for most of the book. So it's just kind of like, I'm very hesitant about reading this one, but I think I'm gonna pushing this one because I want to read it in the summer. So it's probably more the prompt for me to read this one, but it's my game, so I'm putting 2 and we'll see what I feel like reading. Maybe I'll feel like reading that Peter Swanson after I finish the one I'm reading now. Who knows? But this one's about Piper, and she's like a spoiled, rich kind of. Her dad sends her to Westport, small town, and she meets Brendan, and they're like complete opposites. He's like a fisherman, but there's an undeniable attraction simmering between them. She doesn't want any distractions, especially feelings for a man who sails off into the sunset for weeks at a time. Yet, as she reconnects with her past and begins to feel at home in Westport, she starts to wonder if the cold, glamorous life she knew is what she truly wants. LA is calling her name, but Brendan and his town full of memories may have already caught her heart. That one's kind of pushing it, but we'll see. I'll read one of these for low expectations. Those are the books that are on my Dice TBR. By the way, if you have any names for this TBR game, please tell me, because I don't. It's empty up here, no clue. But I do want to finish the Summer I Turned Pretty trilogy in July. I'm doing a vlog for it right now, and I just have the last one. We'll always have Summer by Jenny Han, and I wanted to get on this TBR, but didn't really fit in anywhere. I'm gonna be reading this no matter what, so it might end up taking up the place of one of these books, but I can't really tell you what this book is about. But the trilogy is about this girl, Belly, who always goes to this summer house with her mom, her brother, her mom's best friend, and her 2 sons. And there's kind of like a love triangle between her and her mom's friend's 2 sons. And just a lot of cuteness. It's a YA romance series, and there is a Prime TV series that came out recently. That's why I'm reading it right now, and because it's summer. But I'm going to be reading this no matter what, so I just thought I'd let you know that this is my plan for July. Again, the one I picked 2 for, I'm not reading it. I'm simply not going to be able to read all this, but maybe if I didn't have to do school, but I do. But hopefully I finished this TBR. I don't know. It's a long one, but that is that. If you like this video, make sure to subscribe and give it a big thumbs up. Both those would mean the absolute world to me. Comment down below what you're reading in July, or if you've read any of the books that are on my TBR, let me know what you thought of them, because I would love to know. Instagram, Twitter, Goodreads, and Amazon wishlist will be linked in the description box below if you're interested in checking any of those out. I will see you in my next video. Bye!